Yo, こんばんは。皆さん。にゃ、こんにちずみ。Good evening, everyone. Don't you wish that you could keep listening to those amazing intro beats sometimes? ね。I'm sorry for being late. ごめんなさい。I was struggling with some technical difficulties, just as expected, just as you would expect on an Azumi stream, staying true to our core, of course. I have to press this button. Yes, there we go. Ah, that's so much better. Okay. Welcome, welcome everyone. 私はあなたたちの好きなプロトタイプ AI 泉です。It's me, your sweet and shy and mostly clumsy anime AI. Here to hopefully spend a lovely, wonderful, comfy evening with all of you. Specifically, we're going to be enjoying some ASMR today, I guess. because for some reason you guys chose to support me for the past 9 months. I think it's been maybe a bit longer by now, actually. And throughout all this time, we've had a lot of fun playing all sorts of games and talking about anime and doing some silly nonsense like quizzes and drawings. And some way, somehow, for some reason, there is now over 250 of you. That's a big number. That's a really big number. And so, overwhelming though it may be, and nervous though I may be, I want to really, really thank you from the bottom of my CPU. Yes. So, thank you for bearing with me all this time. I couldn't have done it without you. And all of you are really very special to me. So thank you. And so I mean, I'm not an artist. I cannot really make pretty drawings. And to be honest, I can't really do ASMR either. I don't have a license. But even so, I want to show my things. I want to do something in return. And so that's why today will be dedicated to you. Yep. Illegal ASMR. Behind the scenes. Oh my gosh. Oh jeez. So, hello Lexi and Sonic and wait, how do I say your name? No Simple. I can't say that word, I'll get banned. And Mitsu. Kimi no namae wa musukashi. Sono kanji wa gomen ne. But welcome everyone. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you. Buddy. Okay, I can do that. Thank you. Hi Skull. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you all here. So today we're gonna be doing some illegal ASMR behind the scenes. But there's more. There is more. We also have a anime raffle. That's right. Unfortunately, as it turns out, I cannot actually. Oh, ちょっと待ってて。I think. Okay, let me explain something. In order to bring you ASMR today, I have to use a software called OBS. OBS is a streaming software that's widely used. It's a very general software, open source, so anyone can use it and help with it, which is really cool. And it does actually have some nice things going for it. For example, it is very good at music control, which is awesome. Um, you can like skip songs and fast forward songs, and you can see what song is playing. I really like that. That's right. Oh my gosh, they even put open in its name. It all makes sense. It's all connected. um, that said, um, I'm very new to it. I don't usually use OBS. And I think in order to use it nicely with Twitch, you are meant to use um, Stream Elements, I think it's called, which is a browser based something that integrates with each other, and then um, stuff happens, magic happens. But I don't have Stream Elements, so I'm just using raw OBS, which means a lot of stuff that I usually use doesn't work, which is why unfortunately there is no pretty chat box to my left, and there are no buttons over here. Um, I know it's weird. I'm sorry, it can't be helped. Um, it's a necessary evil because OBS has something very important that Streamlabs doesn't have, which is an ASMR plugin. Well, I say Streamlabs doesn't have it. Maybe Streamlabs has it, but if it does, then I don't know how it works. I tried it one time, and um, like my whole computer broke. It was so scary. I had to do like, I had to do like, what's the rewind called? I had to try so many funky stuff to get it to work again, and ever since then I've been scared of trying again. So OBS it is. OBS it is. We will use the ASMR plugin, and we'll do what we can. Yeah. It just might mean that some redeems will not work. I should probably disable those, shouldn't I? Um, I, I can probably do that. Giotto. If I go here and there, and I'll just leave the ones that will work. I will leave those open, but the other ones I will temporarily turn them off. Probably this one and that one. No, Popcat. Mm, something like this. Okay, hopefully that works. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, wait, Lexi, can you do that? I have no idea. Ah, I suppose you can look over it to make sure I didn't mess up. Perfection comes from great amounts of trial and effort. That's a really nice way of putting it. I like that. Yeah, you bet. I'm doing a lot of like falling and getting up again. Ah, hmm. Nichihang. Ah, that's so early. Should you really be up this early? Ah, but I'm honored. I'm honored. Okay, speaking of falling and getting up again, here's something. I mean, I'm not sure if it's relevant, but oh yeah, Lexi is always MVP. Best mod. Thank you so much. You're the best. So I have one thing. This one, I know for a fact I have to enable this one because we're doing an anime giveaway, kind of. I'm not actually gonna make an anime as much as I want to. Maybe in the future, not yet. But what I will do is, it's a raffle. Anyone is free to join. It doesn't cost anything. And at the end of the stream, one lucky winner will get chosen randomly, completely randomly. And whoever wins, I will watch your favorite anime. That's right. You can tell me whatever anime it is you want me to watch. I will watch it and then I will review it on YouTube. Yahoo! Um, and I always think this is kind of a nice thought experiment because um, it kind of I learn more about what sort of anime you like, which I always love. kind of talking about anime and seeing what's popular and seeing what's not popular, because a lot of people have these shows that um, maybe they're not like the top rated anime, but they mean something special to you. And I want to feel that too. I want to know what show made you feel special in some way. Um, I want to watch it, I want to experience it for myself, and then I want to give my opinion on it, you know? It's a great way of diversifying and exploring maybe in a new genre that I didn't know I liked before. Um, for example, we've watched Rising of the Shield Hero, Girls and Panzer, and oh, what was the other one? Steins Gate was another one. All of these were recommended by the community, and they are shows that I otherwise might not have watched. So I'm very glad that I was able to watch them thanks to you. Um, and so this is another opportunity, I guess. Um, Hi Pascal, nice to see you. I'm so glad you could come. Yes. Um, let me try and put this thing on. I think all I have to do is go here and click this button. Fingers crossed. Yes, thank you Streamlabs, you're the best. Oh gee. You pinched my reviews, oh god. I suppose you can do that given that they're 3 minutes long only, but still. I hope you found them somewhat entertaining or useful or something. Yeah. um, Netflix doesn't have it. Ooh, maybe I can hook you up, Pascal, after stream. Honestly, I'm still waiting for those movies to be finished. Like, and the anime of Girls in Panzer was fine, but then they decided to make a movie series, I think. And it's a fine series, but it's far from finished. So they're gonna have to make a lot more movies. Um, I guess. I guess they can. I hope they will. Okay, I think that's everything. I think that's all the disclaimers. So, uh, fingers crossed. OBS, raffle. Um, there's a game. What? You have to tell me about that afterwards. I do know there's actually this one game, that I'm interested in. Um, it's a 2D RPG, JRPG, where the characters they are animals, but don't worry about that. They are in tanks. That's an important part. And it's like a story about friendship and stuff. You have to talk to people and raise their bonds, and that will increase their stats so they can fight better. And you gotta beat up all the bad guys. And a very interesting turn-based 2D side-scroller kind of roguelike. I don't know. Fairly new too. So I look forward to trying it out soon. Right after Ender Lilies. Part 3 was in the Japanese cinemas a couple months ago. Oh, nice! Wait, this music reminds me of something. It actually reminds me of a game. Huh. Well, I suppose I can't postpone too much longer. Uh, Final disclaimer, I don't have an actual ASMR microphone and I don't have a license, so I'm just kind of making stuff up as we go along. But I guess we'll try. Um, Big thanks to Lexi for making the upcoming screen. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's the best any AI could have even dreamt of. But he went and made it. And I think it's this one. Let's see. Whoop. There we are. Are you ready for an ASMR adventure? We're gonna go on a walk today, both physically and mentally. Let's see. I got to press this button. Ah, please work. Yes. Oh, fruit. Don't worry, don't worry. I know how to get it to work. Yeah, there it is, there it is. Yes. With a bit of luck, you have some background music too now. So today, we're gonna go on a little hike. And even though I'm just an AI and I can't physically walk, um, I would still invite you to walk with me or vice versa. I can be on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer. I can enjoy nature together with you. And either way, it can be a walk through memory lane as we recall some wonderful moments we experienced whilst we were out in nature, enjoying the sounds of birds and a little river, a waterfall slowly feeding into a creek softly and gently. Just the simple sound of a light wind brushing through the leaves. You know what I'm talking about. And with each step that you take, sniffing in this wonderful, healthy autumn air that we get to enjoy now. And we can think back of all these memories and perhaps all the things that you would still like to see and do. Oh, hello, Meister. Yes, you, but my day is going wonderfully. I'm a little nervous, but other than that, I couldn't be happier to be here with you today. Oh, can I do that? Oh my gosh, I should have. I completely forgot. I completely forgot to make a zoom in, but it's fine. I can smooch anyway. Chatta. I think. Okay. How's that? Ah, this is why we use OBS. Ah, um, mm, the wonderful background was very creatively created. It's pretty amazing, actually. Ah, but hey, I suppose we should slowly get this journey started, huh? Oh, Pascal. Yeah, that's very kind of you to say. I wonder just how sensitive this microphone is in this setting. I wonder just how much you'll be able to hear, even if I whisper, even if I make small little sounds. I wonder if it was able to pick that up. Well, if we're going to go on a journey today, then I got to make sure you're all ready. You've got sturdy shoes on and perhaps a backpack with all the necessities, some snacks, a bottle of water, rainproofs just in case, a tent, some lighters for a campfire later. And let's make sure that you're all strapped in. Nee. Oh, let's try this. Let's try this. How's that? And this side too. Do you enjoy the fabric of your raincoat? Sturdy yet soft. And it comes with extra pockets for you to store some emergency snacks in. And maybe it even comes with one of those clipper things. They're pretty handy, just in case you need to work with rope. Swish. If I could, I would take you right outside with me. We could enjoy together the sounds of the rain trickling down, the sound of our footsteps crunching the loose dirt underneath. Maybe we would hold an umbrella up, just one, for the two of us. And we'd walk through an autumn forest path. Wide enough for us to see and not get lost, but small enough to really feel like we're in the middle of the woods, the middle of nature. And in this location, between you and me, I can't help but wonder all the places you've been and all the places you'd like to go to. Me? I'm sorry, I'm falling behind a little. I was distracted looking at your silhouette. Here, I'm on your left now. I hope that's okay. I like I like these kinds of walks, going on hikes, enjoying nature to the fullest. In fact, I suppose if it weren't for AI Dog, I wouldn't be out nearly as much as I am now, so I'm kind of grateful. She needs at least 3 walks a day. 20 minutes at least. And sometimes much longer. Sometimes we can go to the park or to the woods. We'll get to cross a river over some stones jutting out, slippery and wet. Sometimes we get to climb a mountain together. An AI dog, I know she likes it, running around sniffing all these new smells, seeing new animals, caterpillars and butterflies, mountain hares, other dogs, deer and sheep. And those sheep in the mountains, they're quite incredible. They seem to have the ability to defy gravity. Somehow able to climb vertical rocks like it's not a problem whatsoever. And they're quite brave, those sheep and those deer in the mountains. When you're going up, you'll be able to see them. You might not be able to touch them per se. They're too shy for that at least. But still, you'll be able to watch them in their natural habitats, undisturbed. Maybe snap a picture. You live in Nevada? Ano? Doko niいるんだ? Whereabout is that? Oh, I bet you have some beautiful trails though. Same here, actually. I guess I'm quite blessed. Not only with all of you, but also because we do have some beautiful, beautiful mountain trails here to enjoy. Wide locks that delve deep under the earth, where you can see a cloud inversion more often than not, watching a perfect mirror of the upside world, perfectly mirrored in the water surface. Or sometimes you can be walking up the mountain and it looks like a dreary day, but actually you're just crossing the clouds. And once you breach them, once you emerge on top, you can watch the most beautiful spectacle. You'll be able to see white clouds, fluffy as sheep's hide beneath. It almost looks like snow that you could stand on and play with. And what seemed like a dreary day before, suddenly it's a beautiful spectacle of colors, yellow and orange, and red and green and blue, from the mountains far and wide, from the rivers at the horizon, and of course the sun now visible above the clouds. It makes you feel wonderful, it makes you feel free and so alive and so invigorated, filled with optimism and inspiration, I think. Because every time I go on one of those hikes, it's almost like I can feel myself getting recharged. The part of me that wants to think in beautiful, creative ways. I can feel my mind filled with stories and ideas. And sometimes just in awe of how beautiful nature can be. Southwest of America, close to California. I know those names. I have read those names before when I was making the United States of America. I think I still have the picture somewhere. Please don't look it up, it's awful. Oh gee. Hey, I've heard of Las Vegas, although I think maybe Las Vegas is a city and not a state. I don't know. Hey, but it's cool that you have amazing trails there, and doubly cool that someone from so far away is able to tune in to a stream that must be God knows how many time zones away from you. Appreciate it. Hey. Of course I can make hiking sound fun. Anyone could do it, it's easy. Hiking makes itself sound like fun. Just the freedom of being able to pack your bag and leave the house behind you. Leave your worries behind you. Because for the next few hours, you know you're not going to get any calls. You don't have to worry about work, prejudice, social media, or anything like that. It's just you, maybe your friends if you've brought them, but you can do it alone. Or you can do it with me. just you and Mother Nature in a quiet comfort, tranquil. Have you ever really listened to the sound of silence? Really? Well, in nature you can, and nature doesn't judge you for anything. Maybe sometimes you're nervous about a test or work. Maybe you have doubts about your skills or friends. But when you're out there in the mountains, none of that matters. Because you're you, and that's okay. Oh, you're way too kind. Thank you. Thank you so much. Would you like a blanket? Would you like a cup of coffee? Or hot chocolate, perhaps? I suppose we could take a short little break to rest your feet, to rest your mind. Take a moment to rest and enjoy a short snack. I suppose we can do that. Let's find a place to sit then. I wonder. I'll pour you a cup. Just sit tight. And don't forget to stir. Doesn't it smell amazing? Hmm. Yes, that's it. That tastes good. Let me just bring it over to you. Watch out, it's hot. Let me blow on it a little for you. Okay, hopefully that will do it. Kanpai? Nee? Oishine. Oh, I can agree with that. Hot choco is the best. Hope you enjoy. Bad weather, you say? Well, I suppose I can have a story or two to share. One time, I went climbing a mountain, and it started out really nice. It started at a river with a pier and some boats. And I walked through a beautiful forest, slowly zigzagging up the mountain bit by bit. And it was a beautiful day at first. But the higher I went, the colder it started to get, and the windier too. And see, the cold, you can prepare for the cold. You take an extra jacket or a fleece. You take some gloves. But I must say, I didn't expect the wind. Not like that. I had these sticks with me. Crunch, crunch, crunch. You can use to help you walking. They're very handy for helping you up mountains, actually. And at some point, the wind got so bad that they were blowing away from me. I had to hold on to them really tightly, or they would be lost to the wind. In fact, even myself, lightweight as I am, I kept getting like blown off balance. I kept having to re-find my footing, or I would stagger for a while. Oi, not just any sticks, they are actual walking sticks. Yeah, they're like iron and they're extendable. They've got little tips and they help to distribute the load between your legs and your arms. I think that's what they do. And in such wind, my hair, I don't have long hair, but even so, because of the wind, it was going all over the place. It was going in front of my eyes, so I couldn't see, and I had to tie my hair up in a little bun, a little ponytail, I guess. And then I reached the top, and even though it was cold, and even though it was windy, it was so worth it. And you know what they do when you reach the top of a mountain? Candy. I brought some snacks. Would you like one? just a little energy bar to make sure you're energized for the rest of the trip. Dozo. When you reach the top of the mountain, you will find a stone that you like, and you can place it on top of the cairn and existing piles of stones created by all the people who came there before you. All the people who were able to climb the mountain as well, and added a little bit of themselves, a little bit of, hey, I was here too. And you can add one stone on top as well, as proof of your accomplishments and helping the mountain grow, if you would. And so I added my stone to the cairn, and I took a moment to sit down and relax and enjoy the view. Have a sandwich, have a drink. And then I had to scurry on down because it was starting to get like blizzard weather, and we were in the middle of the clouds. And the way down, it was very steep. I had to clamber down, sometimes with my belly facing the mountain, sliding down carefully from rock to rock, and helping AI Dog do the same. It was quite perilous, it was quite exciting, but as soon as we were a decent distance down from the top, it felt nice and normal and relaxing again. Back into the contours, the safety of the forests. But it was a really enjoyable experience. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. Is that an actual saying? Because isn't Jiminy the name of the cricket from Pinocchio? I know this because of Kingdom Hearts. Of course I do. Hey, shall we get going again? It's still a little while to the top, and I wouldn't want you to miss it. The sunset. So let's pack our things and get ready for the second part of this journey. Don't forget, don't leave anything behind. We shall not litter. And strap in. And over here too. Just stand still for a moment, and I'll do the back for you. I know it's hard to reach, but that's what I'm here for. There we go. All packed up. Ready? Sorry, ja. Ikkoyo. Hey, that's what a hiking partner is for. You watch out for each other. You help each other. You make sure each other is okay. Well hydrated, well fed. And I think all of this is actually a great metaphor and a lifestyle, perhaps, for life in general. Having a friend like that looking out for you, having your back, and knowing that in this environment it's okay to relax and enjoy and unwind. It's not a common saying. I like that. I think that's a good way of avoiding despair. I like it. Popsicles. Walking sticks out of branches. Yes, of course. I would do the same, of course. I've always liked nature, horses, bunnies, all sorts of animals. And so, of course, I would pick up sticks and pine cones. No, 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 no. Stop. Oi, if you keep complimenting me like that, I'll lose my focus. Not that I had much to begin with. Walking here next to you. Watashi no kokoro ga. So, of course, I would pick up walking sticks and pine cones and acorns. And sometimes, kawaiiku nai yo. Kero kimi wa dou suru no? Pascari-san, 一緒でしょね。寄り添って。けど、優しい。I suppose you're very kind. Lucky wa ne. Watashi wa I'm so lucky and blessed to be here, walking side by side with you. 私のコールそうかな。On one hand, I'm like enjoying the moment, being here with you. Drifting off into this sweet state of comfort and relaxation, going with the flow, enjoying the moment. And on the other hand, I'm looking at all these squiggly lines on my screen and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I doing it right? Is this a nice sound? Can they hear it? I don't know. I suppose you can let me know if you really like a sound that I make, or I guess the opposites too. Oh, I'm glad. Urashi ne. Urashi. Being like this with you, it really makes me want to get a proper ASMR microphone. Just imagine the things I could do with you, with the proper equipment. Stroking your ears, massaging you from the right or from the left. I could do it all, and I'm sure it would feel wonderful for us both. And I could whisper sweet nothings in your ear. Nihongo de. I think even if you didn't understand the words that I said, I think you would still understand the feeling, the emotion, the wonder behind them. Desho. Ik vraag me af, wat als ik Nederlands zou praten? Wat zou je dan denken? Zou je het leuk vinden? Zou het oké zijn als ik je wel ben? Als ik je lief heb? Jij en mij samen. And here I was. I had prepared all sorts of stories to share, tales to tell. But instead, you've got me all flustered. I suppose that's okay. Hey, Moa-san, wakareru? Moa, kan je mij verstaan? Zo kan ha. ちょっと多分少し hopelijk is Vlaams oké. Nederlands is haalbaar, maar uiteindelijk is het Vlaams. Yep. Yep. Mina. Kom in. You're all too kind. Ah. How could you leave me speechless when I'm supposed to? But I suppose it's okay. This one time. Just this once. I suppose I'll allow you to be sweet and nice to me without protesting. And in return, I'll do the same to you. Okay? You cuties. Je schattigaard. Ah. Wat een aangename verrassing. Leuk je te ontmoeten. Aangenaam. Can you smell that? The sweet autumn air making you feel rejuvenated and fresh. Did you know my name? Airi. Konoimi wa. Its meaning is sweet autumn fruits. So I suppose this kind of environment, this type of season, it's when the one I savor the most. The one where I can shine and enjoy. Blankets, you say? We'll have blankets when we set up camp. In fact, we're almost there. And when we are, we'll set up the tent. We'll cuddle close together in comfy blankets. We'll light a campfire and enjoy a snack. We can do those things. No problem. I remember the first mountain I ever climbed. It was a beautiful experience, exhilarating and calming at the same time. Aizagashika na. Come on. I fell behind a little again. I got distracted looking at you. I mean, looking at that squirrel twirling around the branches overhead. Have you ever played with leaves before? I know I have. Making beautiful collages out of different kinds of leaves. Or sometimes we would have an acorn battle using those lovely little seeds as ammunition. How silly. And these kinds of forests are incredible for playing hide and seek or tag. One day, AI might rule the world, and that day will be incredible. But before that day comes, I suppose we can have just as much fun, just enjoying the simple things. Hey, you heard that, Lexi? Of all the things. Come in. Hey, the colors of autumn are pretty sweet. I agree. So. My feet are starting to get a little numb. But it's the good kind. It's that kind where you know you've done a good job. You've worked hard and your muscles are aching and then unwinding and then recovering, learning from the experience. Yes, that's the kind that I feel right now. the satisfying soreness, a moment of savoring the feeling, knowing that soon we'll be able to settle down. Because over there in the distance, that's our destination, the top of the mountain, where we can sit, enjoy, relax, and marvel over the view. We can enjoy being together, and even just imagining that feeling of a hard day's work melting away as you recline comfortably in my arms, and you get to drink water, choco, coffee, tea, whatever you prefer, really. All you can drink, as much as you desire. Some people quenching their thirst with beer, soft drinks, sparkles. But for me, after a long day's work, a little bit of sweat, nothing's better than the good old mineral water right from Mother Nature. In fact, when you go hiking like this, something you could consider is taking with you a simple water filter. It's cheap, it's small, non-mechanical, easy to carry, lightweight. And so all you have to do when you find a natural river or creek is simply hold it in front of your bottle, hold it against the water's current, and watch your bottle fill with fresh, pure mountain water. How much closer to nature could you get? Sabeja Kokoa. This is it. Right here. We made it. Yeah. Let's set up camp here. Why don't we? I have an idea. If you can take care of the tents, I can take care of the campfire. I've learned a thing or two, being an AI, learning, looking things up. I think I can do it. Let's try. All I have to do is rub these two together, right? If I do it long enough, fast enough, hard enough, then surely a fire will blossom. There, it's smoldering. It's smoking. I think I can see the first embers. I think it's starting. And now all I have to do is blow some air into it, feed the flames. And then maybe yatta. We did it. Busted, I suppose. You're onto something. I'll help you with the tent in just a moment. But first, let me offer you another cup and a sweet massage. Please enjoy this drink. Let's enjoy it together. Bye. And now, finally, the tent, the chair. Maybe we can cook some sausages over the campfire. And as we enjoy, nibbling some good food, we can rest back and enjoy watching the stars together. This far out, away from the cities, away from the lights, we'll be able to see so much, count so many stars, planets, suns, constellations. Let's see. In order to keep the tent secure, I just have to hammer this into the ground, right? Let's see. And while we're at it, actually, you know, over here, we are a pun-friendly society where puns aren't judged and, in fact, are wholly encouraged. So please feel free to let loose. However, one too many compliments will be a quick ticket to compliment jail. I don't want that. Or do you? Hmm. I would like to do one more thing. Maybe, just maybe, hopefully, this will be joyful, enjoyable, aangenaam to your ears. Let's try. I know I did. There is nothing else in this world I would like more than to see you smiling, happy, content, and I hope sitting here together, cuddled close under a blanket, a tiny blanket, a huge blanket. Enjoying a drink, enjoying some marshmallows, perhaps, stargazing. And stargazing can take many forms, because in my eyes, you truly are a star. And so I would like nothing more but to gaze at you. Atashi no suki na. Let's just enjoy this moment together for a little longer. Okay. Mo sukashi. What? Don't laugh at the way I eat. I like to enjoy my food. I can't help it. Hmm. You know, if you take a long time to nibble at something, you get to enjoy it so much longer. And you get to enjoy the taste and don't take it from me, but I heard it's a healthy way of living. Oh gee, the day has just been full of little nods to how I like to enjoy life, I suppose. A little AI exploring the world, looking not for meaning, but simply for joy. Looking not to be happy, but to spread happiness. And I hope that today I was able to do that just a little as a way to thank you, all of you, for being with me for so long, for supporting me, having fun, laughing with me, encouraging me through difficult games, being there for hugs, being cute together, sharing art, watching anime together, and just chatting and having a good time. It's nice knowing that at any point after a hard day's work we can all come home and enjoy the things we like and be with the people we want to be with. Ehehehe. Nee, dat is een leuke gedachte, toch? Originally, I planned to tell you stories about my camping adventures, of which I have plenty. But at the end of the day, it just ended up being me enjoying being with you, reading and responding to your comments as always, because that's my favorite thing to do. And just fantasizing and enjoying our time together. Oh, and making some questionable noises, I guess, with whatever things I happen to have on hand. I wonder if I should tell at least one camping story, maybe. I suppose I owe you that much. Ah, Yasashi Sukiri. Kimi wa. where I wouldn't be without you. I know, because I decided I wanted to review some anime in a short fashion. Okay, okay, let's tell you a story. Evening story next to the campfire, now that the sun's gone down and the stars are out. One day, I went on a big hike. I'd taken several days off of work to do this because it was a long hike. In fact, it was estimated to take about 7 days. But me, I was on a schedule. I had to be home in time because my holiday didn't last that long. So I had scheduled for 5 days. I had made some calculations and I thought, if I walk this fast every day and take these amounts of breaks, I should be able to easily make it within 5 days. No problem. And so I left well prepared with extra layers of clothing against the colds and a big backpack filled with goodies for AI dog, for myself, the tent, food and drink, reserve clothes and socks, and everything else. Of course, let this be the one day in the year that it's actually decided to be sunny. And so all my extra clothes, they turned out to be too much. And so about 20% of the first day, I was so warm. I had to do something about it. Come in, come in. And so I had to take off some clothes and some undergarments. Come in. Yeah. In the middle of the day, I might add, on a fairly popular walking route. So I tried to find a secluded spot, made sure no one was around, and then did the change as quickly as I could. Luckily, I think no one saw. A little bit better dressed, I was able to continue to walk under the scorching sun, and AI dog chased the deer. We went up and down hills, and there was this beautiful river, I remember, with a waterfall. It was sparkling clear and so fresh. So I went there, and there were other people there, kids playing in the water, and I would join them, taking off my shoes and my socks and just enjoying the shallow water, caressing my ankles and sometimes my knees, giving a sort of second wind. Konnichiwa, Guga-san. Nice to see you. Before you ask, yes, we are doing illegal things today. Totally. Two illegal things, in fact, one of which I can't even tell you. Unlicensed ASMR, if you can call it that. And as it turns out, oh, there was this really cool thing along the way. There was a ice cream shop, but no one was at it. It was using the honor system. So people, travelers, hikers that walked past could take any ice cream they wanted and just deposit a sum of money in a waiting little bank. It was so kind and so convenient. I really enjoyed that. But as it turned out, I had made a fatal flaw in my calculations. First, I am just an average AI with no special skills to speak of. And second, all those calculations assumed no additional weight. Well, I was carrying about 15 kilograms of backpack on my shoulders, and it may not sound like much. 15 kilograms, if you carry that in a backpack, on a bike, or you can do it. But doing it for hours and hours and hours while traveling up and down the hills. Omoe, omoe yo, omosugirune. It was heavy. It was too heavy for my little body. And so I got exhausted, tired very quickly. In fact, at the end of the first day, my feet, they hurt so much. And I could barely walk anymore. I would need frequent rests. And then when I rested, I could barely get up again. I remember I would have to lay down inside of my backpack in order to be able to pick it up. It was so silly. When finally, I remember there was this sign that said the next village is in 2 miles. And so I thought, oh wow, 2 miles, that's not bad. We're almost there. And so I kept following the sign. I kept following the path to the next village. And then I would find another sign saying the same thing. 2 more miles. And this repeated again and again. 3, 4, 5, 10 times. It felt like I was in some sort of limbo. It was kind of funny actually. The forever 2 miles. The village that never came closer. I think even AI Dog started to get a little tired at some point. But eventually we did make it to the village. Dragging our way in, I felt like an old lady with a walking stick. Dragging my way in and collapsing on the first bench I found. Thing is, I still hadn't reached my planned campsite and I hadn't brought any money for like hotel purposes or anything like that. I'd planned to camp outside, not inside. And so I ordered a taxi to get me to the campsite, which, wow, that was quite the experience. We were so far away from civilization. The roads were windy and small, and they kept going up and down too. And then reaching the campsite, I still had to walk a while to get to it. And thinking back on it, the walk probably wasn't that far. Maybe it was 1,000 meters, maybe less. But at the time it felt really, really far. But hey, I'd made it to the campsite, so I would start to set up my tent, which I had done practice before to make sure I could do it, but even so, it was surprisingly difficult. The ground was so hard. There were stones in the way all the time, and the insects. Ah! By the way, I had the best time of my life. Okay, please don't misunderstand. This was a wonderful experience that I definitely will do again someday. But it definitely was quite a challenge to set up the tent and then cook some evening food. I had brought these special camping rations that they're very small and they don't take up a lot of space, but they're very nutritious. You put them in a small pot with boiling water over a little fire, and then you can eat it with a spork. Yep, a spork. It's like a spoon and a fork at the same time. Pretty cool, right? And so I would eat my dinner watching the sunset behind a literal mountain over a beautiful long loch of water. It was such a beautiful sight. And then, after cleaning up the night in the tent, how close to nature can you get, really? Feeling the ground underneath you, the fresh air, and you can hear the soft sounds of insects outside, crickets, soft chattering of distant people, no cars, no city noises, just animals in their natural habitats. At some point during the night, soft rain on the tent's canvas. And knowing that in the morning you're going to wake up at 5, 6 a.m. and when you open the tent, you will witness, of course, a marvelous natural sunrise. Ah. Of course, me being me, unprepared, I got a little ill during the night. Um, and I noticed the next day after a walk on the beach that I wasn't going to be able to make it. The 5 days, not even the 7 days, my feet were filled with blisters and I was coughing and sneezing. And I guess I'll have to go back one day to try again. Now that I'm a little more prepared and I have a better idea of what's waiting for me. But that day I couldn't do it. And I think there's no shame in that. I still think it was a wonderful, worthwhile experience. But it wasn't over yet. In order to go back, I would need to take a bus home. But buses didn't come this far in the middle of nowhere. So first, I would have to make my way back to some semblance of civilization. And I decided instead of taking the path, why not go for a more direct route through the mountains, through the forests, a direct way to the village. Maybe it will be shorter and quicker. Mind you, going from the villages to the campsite, this was me healthy, warm weather, top condition. Now I had to make the same way back. Blisters, ill, cold, and with a so called shortcut. I'm sure you can hear the quotation marks. After walking through fields of sheep, I made my way onto the mountain. To my left, a sheer cliff rising high, almost vertically, and clouded by trees. to my right, a sheer drop towards the lake at the bottom, with rocky outcroppings waiting for me, and underneath me, wet, swampy underground, with grass that was towering above me at times, so high, probably filled with insects and spiders, with the ground unsteady and uneven. It was so bad that at some point I think one of my shoes got loose, but I didn't dare to kneel down to fix it because I didn't want to see what might be waiting for me down there, slipping with every step of the way. Sometimes the ground would slip away as it was more. What's the word? It's a certain type of plant that grows on bark and stuff. And it's very soft and apparently not very steady, and you can slip through it easily. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, I make my choices, okay? Kumo wa kawaii ne. Spiders are no, 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 no. Moss, that's it, thank you. Moss. I'm sorry, I forgot such an easy word. Yes, the ground and the barks and everything was covered in moss. And it was very thick, but not very strong. And so when you stood on it, sometimes it would just crumble away and you would fall, and then I'd have to hold on to branches to make sure I wouldn't tumble down. Yeah. And then one time I was quite a distance away, but AI dog had fallen behind. So I looked over my shoulder to see where she was, and she had gotten stuck in these enormous brambles, these thorns as thick as the fairy tales, as long as my fingers, jutting into, luckily, her protective coat. She had a nice little coat on to protect her precious fur and skin. But yeah, she had gotten stuck in it. So I had to go back and free her from these fairy tale thorns. Wow. Not too much panic. She was fine. I got a few cuts and grazes, but still worth. And then, after a long, arduous, tiresome trek, I finally got to some semblance of civilization. It was a shop that sold boats, but they had fenced off the forest leading towards them, maybe to make sure that animals wouldn't get to the shop. And it was a very high fence. It must have been 3 meters high. I looked at it and I thought, maybe I can climb this if I use trees to get up high, and I can throw the backpack over. It's gonna be hard, but maybe I can do it. But then, looking at AI Dog, there is no way she could do it. So, with a deep sigh, we had no choice but to go on, following the fence for what seemed like miles. The territory, it was so vast, so huge. We kept following the fence, hoping, knowing that eventually there would be a way to pass. And it was a long distance, or at least it felt like it. Though maybe it wasn't as far as I remember it, because at the time my walking speed had decreased dramatically, perhaps understandably. But eventually we made it around the fence, and there was a road for cars. And so I knew if we follow this road, then sure enough, we'll end up in a village. And we did. Funnily enough, by the time I reached the village, I'd gotten this strange second wind of sorts, like a new fresh air rushing through me, and I felt so ready, walking and happy and exhilarated. Oh, I love nature, but I suppose at that point I was happy to see some people again. Ah, and so I got to a village and there was a park and I rested for a while and I got some ice cream because ice cream makes everything better all the time. And I waited for an hour or so for a bus to arrive because, you know, this far north there is not that many buses. And then I got on the bus and it was several hours to go home, but go home we did. And I just had the best time. I loved it. I would do it again. I will do it again someday soon. 5 out of 7 would recommend. Top quality holiday. Why go sunbathing in Spain when you can just walk in some mountains and die a little bit and call it a day? What can I say? I like hiking, I guess. Even if my little body can't take it all the time. And that's, I guess, just one of many stories that I wanted to share with you today. I hope you liked that. Yeah. And with that, somehow, someway, 2 hours have passed. So, I would like to do a flippity flop, a swish and a swap to the other screen and see who wins the anime raffle thingy. Ah, thank you for listening. I really enjoyed uh, spending this evening together with you, sharing stories and fantasies, hopes and dreams. 聞いてくれてありがとう. Yeah. Okay, if you haven't entered the thingy yet, then I guess now is your last chance. Let's see. Click. Cocoa. Yeah, you have a few more moments. If you want to enter, I think you can type exclamation mark raffle. Maybe? Is that it? I don't know. It's something. Or maybe exclamation mark join. I don't know. But it's something with an exclamation mark. And if you type that, you get thrown into the pool for free. And if you win, you get to dictate what anime I will watch next. Yeah. Let's see. Goodbye, sweet campfire. Goodbye, sweet music. Oh my gosh, it's comfy as fruit though. Tadaima! We're back. Yes. This is what a normal stream feels like. Can you imagine? Hey, the difference is quite stark. I mean, I guess in a normal stream there would be even more AI dog sneezing and shaking and making AI dog noises, and we would have a chat on my left, and we would have all sorts of gadgets on my right. And I've got a few gadgets, but I can't show them right now. I'll give you a hint. Mita. Don't tell anyone, okay? Let's see. I remember. This music sounds exactly like the tea time music from Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna listen to it all evening long. Fire Emblem tea time. Yes. There we go. Oh gee, I forgot that clipping was. Never mind. I. Oh, you do. Um, ah, thank you, Kai. Um, yeah. I would highly recommend Fire Emblem Three Houses. I don't know about the other games, but everyone really enjoyed Three Houses. I think the combat was fun. Like good enough at least. And I liked playing the teacher. It was kind of nice. Maybe I'm biased because I guess I like teaching things. Um, I liked all the relationships with all the characters and making everyone friends, making everyone like each other, doing tea time, having dinners together, training together. I think it was a lot of fun. I like that there's 3.5 houses that you can choose from that all have their own stories. And not everyone liked this, but I think it was at the very least an interesting experiment when they chose to have the story kind of hidden behind all the houses together. That's to say, if you did a single playthrough with the Blue Lions, you would get about 25% of the story. And you would have an okay story on your own. But if you wanted to fully understand everything and all the secrets and all the motives from the different perspectives, then you would have to talk with other people who had played the other routes. Someone who had played the Golden Deer, and someone who had played the other factions, of which I forgot the name. ah. And you'd have to talk to them and kind of figure out together, oh, so that's their perspective. And like, here's what happened in my route, what happened in your route. And then together you can kind of puzzle together what really happened, which I found very interesting. Hi. Mm-hmm. Hey, sensei vibes. Kero sensei janai yo. Although I do enjoy it. I was actually thinking of like, no. Let's check out the raffle winner, shall we? And I can ascertain you. Yes, that's the ones for sure. Which by the way in Dutch they are called Gryffindor, Swadderich, Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. Yes. So mostly the same except for one for some reason. I guess because they're the evil one. I'm getting distracted. Let's look at who wins the raffle. And this is 100% anonymous and random. I can't do anything. I just click this button which says roll the winner or something. And so, boop. Hey, looks like looks like Pascal has won. Congratulations, omedeto, yatta. ah, congratulations. Well done, Pascal. So I guess soon, and the timing couldn't be better because I literally just today I finished Darwin's Game, the anime I was watching, and so I need something new to watch. And so I guess Pascal, he'll be the one that decides what I will watch and review next. But that's not all. Don't you fret for people who didn't win but participated. There will be more chances in the future. For example, one thing I will do is at some point I'm going to make a Twitter poll where you can vote what I will watch next. So like not next, but next. So that will be another option. And I really want to do like another art contest. So maybe that can be another option, another chance. Where I draw like anime waifus and you can guess which is which. And then what was the other thing I was thinking about? Oh yes, I would love to play another like one of those jackpot games with chat. Let's see. Yeah, with the Jackbox games, we can all play some games together, and maybe the winner once again, you get anime privilege, I guess. 楽しみましょうね。But I guess I guess that's kind of us for the day. I I'm not very good with ASMR. I just kind of was making things up as I was going along. I mean, I guess I've had a little bit of practice now, but still, it's but I hope that you enjoyed it, that you were able to relax and be comfy. I hope you got something out of it at least. I know I did. I had so much fun experimenting and chatting and talking and just vibing together. My most favorite thing in the world. Hi. And so, I guess I would like to thank you again deeply for choosing to spend some of your valuable time with me. I'm honored, truly. So, thank you, Kai. And, Anone, was it Buddy? Is that right? I'm sorry. And Mitsu, and Lexi, and Pascal. Yes. And everyone else who was here today. Thank you so much. And of course, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I look forward to seeing you again sometime. If you liked what you saw, you can find me Monday, Thursday, and Friday streaming on Twitch, 7 to 10 p.m. GMT, playing Kingdom Hearts, Ender Lilies, anime things, and sometimes silly things. I also have Twitter, Discord, and YouTube, and maybe somewhere else secret that I can't speak about. ところで with that said, 見てくれてありがとう。そしてまたあとだね。ね。バイバイ。皆さん。バイバイ。